Quick, like and subscribe if you want good luck for the next 5 years.
Let's see what happens in the battle bus in game 4.
So Tfue basically rigged it for us. What a good guy. Can I get a good guy Tfue in the chat?
Hey, Fortnite Focus fans. Want more V-Buck giveaways? Make sure to use code COOL in the item shop, and we'll continue to give out redemption codes just like this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out.
Thanks, guys. But let's go ahead and get it popping right here. Rubified, our last game winner here for game 3. You see that pretty face right there. He's on top of the world. He's already secured himself a couple $100 here for playing well. Where is he landing? We want to stay with this POV for a second here because this is someone that we definitely want to know. And production just did me dirty by hitting a quick swap right there, but we'll find out soon where he's landing, hopefully. Looks like he was on somewhere just above the pink house that's up on top of the cars in the mountain there.
Mitro ends up taking out Zayt immediately off the battle bus straight off of drop, and this is Daxor, the person in first place, landing in one of the hottest spots in this entire map, Slurpy Swamps. He's going to be facing the likes of Unknown, Creo, all the way all around, and West players like Toph, Animal as well, who's in the top 8. A lot of defense to be played here.
That is true. So, like we said, we wanted to see where he was landing at, and this is where he's at. Rubified is up in that northeast portion of the map here. This is where he's getting his comfort on. Obviously, no one's going to be contesting him over at the pink car house. It's just such a weird spot just outside of Pleasant Park. Regional representation here. Currently 3 NA West players, Jay, Andrew, and Wavy Jacob. 2 EU players, Benji Bad Sniper, on the top 16 from leaderboard. And that's, again, players that are going against the grain right now, playing on the NA East region, showing that they can do this here.
Yeah, big thing to note, although there's only 2 EU players in that top 16 at the moment, these guys are taking out North America time and time again with big hits. You mentioned Mitro on Zayt, but Mongraal actually ends up eliminating Riverson, who got in this game, but will not be able to get anything out of it at all. Rufai going to be on the other side of Commerce Stories, going to just be fishing out, but development's happening all around if you just look at that kill feed.
I'm just loving the development of the loot path right there. Us, competitive analysts on the scene, as casters, we do a lot of breakdowns on these pathings. They mean so much. That's a new one that I think is hasn't been quite looked at, right? He goes down, he gets a little fishing spot right there, and it's just the preparation that goes into being a competitive player. There's so many little hidden gems out there that you can kind of adopt and develop into your own kind of paths and styles. I'm gonna look out for here. But back with this early game action, it's gonna be a lot of hopping back and forth, trying to see how players get situated. Daxter's in the lead. He's been comfortably in the lead right now, or not as comfortable as he probably would hope because it's so tight up there, but so far he's been playing his consistent game placement wise, wriggling his way around this field of so many players. He only has 5 eliminations, Shayo. Like, what's the significance behind that? Like, 5 elims in first place. Like, how do you do that?
That's basically staying passive. We saw a little bit of it on Letchi when he moved in later. You don't get to have that much of a say in what other people are doing, but you can use their strats to your advantage and then save materials and play your game in those end zones. So that's exactly what Daxter is doing. He might be picking up 1 to 2 people all the way near the end when he gets those, 5th to first place finishes. And that's just enough if you keep doing it over and over again. The biggest risk you run, though, is that it's very hard to play off of what other people are doing. You don't have control. Early game fights like this, you do. But then if you're getting involved in these, your game can just end before you get any placement.
Absolutely. Anything can definitely happen here. Now we're looking at Mars right now. He's under the pressure of a compact SMG. Someone has the height here. I think it was Tomas who was nearby at the other side of Craggy here. His 3-way battle is kind of unfolding right now, but Mars is Nyrox who's got his attention all over him. The attack is going to win the exchange right there. Nyrox just wins every single hits every single shot right there. Allows him to kind of take that one. Super quick edits here. Still playing very, very well for what it's worth right now. I mean, he's comfortable to take this battle. Little does Tomas know is that he has the shield to do this right now.
Big thing to know, this is the second time we've seen someone EU push very fast and forward onto someone who's on NA East and almost win the trade, if not this time, big win it. Now Thomas on the backside. If you are the person in defense running away with builds, time and time again, we just see the pressure be way too much to handle. Nyrox is not done yet, still has 1 more nade, and has such a good loadout. Has the nade out, doesn't get the beam down though, and now Thomas is in trouble.
He's doing a good job so far, just maintaining the pace of the battle here, but that RPG kind of hiccup there is gonna cost him a lot of damage. Tomas gonna miss the shotgun shot, makes a double edit, and now he's in the box. Nyrox is gonna hit him once, but it's not gonna be enough to win the exchange here. Down goes Nyrox here. Tomas did almost lose that though. Look, he had 99 health after the siphon, so it was that close. Now jumping over with Kanata here, who's under pressure. Someone else is gonna jump in the box. He's gonna take him out. It's Wolfiez.
Fucking dog shit. Get the fuck out of here.
Rip for Wolfiez right there. He's gonna catch Kanata. So Kanata was in, I think, 11th. He was having an okay game so far, but now with that, it's gonna really push him down.
Yeah, you got that win out. You got the momentum up for the next game as well and survived just a little bit. But unfortunately, Wolfiez decides to make his W key debut early on into his box, and that's not someone you can just shut down in the terms of, you know, calculator or snood coming in your box. This is the man who does not miss when he has his target set on you. And right now, Mitro, once again, another early game fight onto Bumboy. This is going to be West going all the way into the box, possibly. No, the third party there again for him. It's Clix, who gets a few beams down.
And Clix did not use that first shot accuracy there, so he's going to miss out on a easy opportunity to land a bunch of free shots right there. But now from Bumboy's perspective, remember, it's Mitro and Clix who are nearby. Bumboy was the one that was under the initial pressure. Clix is going to come in with the box fight. He's going to catch the wall and the cone. Good job on Bumboy to hug up close and find his way out to the side now. That's good reads on Bumboy. Really playing beautiful defense right now. But the double edit right there is going to allow him to lose the wall. 70 piece for Bum. And now he's still in the lead here. He somehow turns this all around. His peaks are just better right now.
Peaks are better.
Is going to swing the momentum though, Shayo.
Yeah, peaks are definitely better, but the pressure is so much higher when you're on the backside of the actual fight, not building, just looking for shots in. That's Bumboy's situation right now. The third party getting closer, getting SMG shots in, even harder to defend to, but it looks like they kind of get distracted, go on towards Clix, who's used so many mats. It's CRR, it looks like, who's in this fight. And now Clix is going to be the one on high ground. The roles reverse. He's going to be pushing towards Bumboy.
That's it. He saw the skin. He knows exactly who this is. Bumboy is weak from the previous engagement right here. And that's it. There's a little kind of ramp there. CRRs take this opportunity to take the height, though. Clix using great reads on the fight right now. Good awareness of the field, but the big boy pump's going to take him out. Deletes him for a good 100 body shot or head. It doesn't matter. It just does too much damage in this situation right here. Bum this time is going to jump on top of a cone, refuses to fall for the same tricks. So CRR is going to connect all the way through right there. And CRR comes out with two of them.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are playing a little bit with that treble, with these normal pumps, these normal tacks. CRR coming in, dropping the bass with big booms on that purple pump and perfect tracking afterwards. He knows a little bit in that rock, paper, scissors fight, when you're trying to take a wall, you're either going to dive in when you put that ramp out or wait with a shotgun shot. You know, Bumboy guesses incorrectly and gets slapped as a result. And CRR now has two big POIs worth of loot to walk forward with into mid-game.
Remember that was a EU player, CRR, coming in representing, but here's someone worth watching with his game 3 win. Rubified has moved up to 29th place, showing that you have to stay consistent, but his highest finish in a solo event was only 42nd in the Cash Cup. So if he can keep it up, he can actually break his own personal record and hit a new milestone here. Remember, with time and consistency, players have shown to get better. More high-stakes environments you throw yourself in here. This is probably the most stacked tournament he's ever played in. You really think about it, all things considering. Now coming over back to Tfue's perspective. Someone we know has had a great job of getting through the early game, making it to the mid game, but not quite choosing his rotations properly. It's become the focus a lot of the times in those mid game situations.
I mean, you mentioned about Bumpa's Reddit post early on when it came to, you know, the analysis he puts down. The decisions you make in the third and fourth circle, that's where you put yourselves into bad spots for endgame. Like right now, this might all be good, but going forward towards a better position overall might be a better bet for Tfue because he's going to get beamed out and held on Edge Storm. North is where he needs to be. He might have already made the mistake that costed his game about 5 minutes ago.
It's kind of crazy. The last time Tfue got a top 10 or top 5 finishes was during the World Cup qualifiers, actually. So it's been a while. Solos has just been like a struggle for Tfue. So, you know, up until now, like realistically, he hasn't even been kind of close to breaking like a top 15 threshold. So it just shows you it's just different dynamic on the team dynamic. So right, it's a very different story when he can play around other players. So it's kind of crazy seeing how players perform in solos versus team games. It just really allows for different players to shine. There's not too many hybrids like UnknownArmy out there,
Bro,
as you can see on the scene, but Colorful questioning his entire existence right now. He doesn't know what happens. He's getting pressured. He's in a fight he doesn't seem like he wants to take.
I mean, in history of these early games, I'm pretty sure I'm going to call it here. Actually, might be a European player who's below him, fighting him all the way up top, down bottom, no matter what. In zone this time, though, which is a much better bet. And having this high of a base this wide open means grenades will be magnetized straight to your location. Colorful has to play towards a third party once again when these fights go out, and his mat count is dwindling.
A good nade there, but it might break his own structure, so he should be ready to come down, and there it is. It's going to go ahead and level him out a little bit. It's going to cost him. This player recognized the nade spam. He heard another one and backed up completely. This is what he wanted, though. Colorful did not want to be in that situation. I mean, we can hear some of the stream comms there. He was questioning why the player was taking a fight. Look how much it cost him. Almost half his material pool there. Look at the world map here. I see Aqua still alive right now. I see Mongraal still alive. We haven't really got to touch with him or Savage, you know, making waves here for the EU boys.
Big other thing to note, though, this is the first time we don't see Diggy in circle. He's actually all the way at the bottom right, moving in with the storm. Hopefully he has something to use to get out. And I've seen this picture before multiple times last week when Epic has height somewhere central or southern of the actual zone. Second zone, third zone, he turns these games into wins. He gets all the information possible around him. He tracks players after the fact. He finds the perfect and most efficient rotation in. Hopefully we'll be tuning with him afterwards. And now it's Mongraal who we're going to be watching. Once again, Monster mentioned it. With seeing him get into fights in mid-game, but not surviving all the way until the end. Why do you think that is, Monster?
It's just a matter of timing, honestly. We haven't really got to follow his story so far, so you don't know what's really holding him back. All that we know is that he's not been making it past the mid-game. His early game fights must just be terrible positioning-wise or something like that. Probably just isolated himself to the server and just taking some 1v1s that he can't quite handle the pressure of, you know, the distance that he's connecting to the servers here today. Same thing could be for Savage as well, right? Someone that has just been flying under the radar so far today. Not to count them out, though, because we are just in the back half here. We're in game 4 of the Elite Cup right now, guys. It's Monster D Face and Shia Wager on the horn right now, taking care of all the action today. We have 6 full games for you guys. It's been crazy so far. We've had the competition get so crazy. Players' games have been deleted. We bounced back. Riverson was in top 10 somehow, even with a full game miss. And lucky for him, we had just something happen so that the kind of server was extended a little bit. So he is in this game right now. He's someone to look out so far, or look out for this game.
The unfortunate part was, even though he got in game, Mongraal was the one who actually just took him out immediately off spawn right after Mitro took out Zayt. So getting in feels good, man. Getting straight elimed out feels really bad, man. Unfortunately, we'll not be able to see him play through and play forward. Looking at right now, Jacob moving forward, getting shots onto Hydra. Rubified, though, still alive in a metal base by himself. A big shot comes down, going for beams and more sprays. As third parties will now hear the bells ringing of all these shots. Not enough speed to actually react on, though, as Jacob finishes that fight very quickly.
That's right. Hydra's going to fall right there. And look at the Pleasant Park. Look at the map over on the right-hand side. I want to bring you guys some attention to that. Dude, Pleasant Park is so stacked right now. We saw what happened in Lazy Lake when the zone was favoring a POI. So many players tend to go in there and start, you know, breaking down those houses. Now we're jumping to a scoped here. Little controller action. Last time we checked in with him, he was winning a fight here. You can see he already has one elimination again this time. So you just got to go ahead and pay attention as UnknownArmy is going to eat a huge pump shot from the edit right there. Baiting the loot, it almost looks like. Unknown saw that someone was going on right there. And yeah, of course, take this opportunity to do all the showboating you can. Because Unknown just got dumped on for a second right there.
Yeah, he's going to be nowhere to be found in the end game, which is actually huge when you think about it from a statistical placement perspective, right? Unknown not being there means probably less elims overall when it comes to people just fighting box to box, which means placements are going to be so much harder to get over time. More stacker games makes it harder for height to play. It's going to be a long game, this one.
And let's not forget, UnknownArmy was in 4th up until now. So that game right there is really going to be a big setback. He's going to need a huge 5 and 6 to stay in the running and break away with top 5 right now, just depending on how everything else crumbles from the top down. I'm trying to see if we can find Daxter's name right here. Help me out. You guys do
All the
end up
way
seeing him.
in the middle over there, right above Epic Whale and Ankles, Eclipse and Mexi there too. He has central zone, probably built up a little bit, staying very comfortable.
And that's why he's in #1 place right here. A few times we've tuned in with some of our best competitors. They were in the middle. CRR is going to find Dime right there without a problem either, making it look easy, breaking the floorboard on him. Last we checked in with Cease, he was in a top 5 finish. Now we're seeing him in the zone here again. Zone has just not been very friendly to him so far. He's been doing a whole lot of storm damage. It's probably been his biggest enemy so far in the competition today from our perspectives at least.
There were 7 players that have been in the top 16 since game 1 through game 3. Bad Sniper, Daxor, Diggy, Colorful, Unknown, Lyrison, and Wavy Jacob, all who are still performing and we've seen in this game. Unfortunately, Unknown being taken out. I'm curious to see where Bad Sniper is. At the same time, CRR already at 15 points for this game before replacement even comes in, probably and possibly 20. I mentioned it being a 40-point game. He's already closed the gap by 20 so far.
That's right. Cease is not going to be able to get away from CRR right now as he is doing the same thing he did to the last opponent, pushing right through those boxes here, getting all the way in. That's going to be a big shot to exchange, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to sneak one by through the wall there. Cease is going to fall in the exchange, and that's it. It's all him right now. And the loadout's looking good. He's got the pump. He's got the Bandage Bazooka to take for the road right there. Don't forget, guys, we're in game 4 right now of the Elite Cup, brought to you guys by the Practice Server, featuring Fortnite. $10,000 in prizes up for grabs, $300 on the line if you can take a victory. This is all in preparation for DreamHack Anaheim next week. We're trying to pave the roadmap, really get a feel for who's going to be taking the lead and who's going to be someone to look out for.
A big thing to know when you're talking about taking leads, looking out for play styles. You asked about how Daxter plays, the passive, not really looking at elims. This is the same way, you saw the difference in screens of CRRs chasing people down on the hunt and Wolfiez chasing the position on the map. These are the 2 different play styles at play in this format. There's Daxor and Ruby right together, the same play style, the same position. And we'll see anyone who's W queuing probably be near CRR, who I think just got taken out by Slacks on the left side of your screen.
There it is. Slacks has so much control of the field now as well. I'm pretty sure that big old tunnel is all his as well. The wifo Bugha, Anna still in this game as well. Mr. Savage alive in the middle. You see Bizzle there hanging out. Sizz Lucky still in the running right now. Sizz Lucky had a very, very good run so far up to this point. You can hear Rubify right now trying to figure out what he's going to do here. He's got the bottom portion of the zone right now. This half and half coming up next is going to determine a lot for the majority of the server right here. 47 players up means that it is going to be a congested rotation. It's going to pull west here. So most of the players are in the zone, though, for what it's worth. This is a pretty decent zone, especially the fact that it's pulling away from that mass of water right there. So this is an all-around good situation for all the players in the server right now.
I was about to mention that water hopefully wouldn't be a factor in how these players play. At the same time, Zypha, Nano, Arkram all have to move across that little bit of a beach to get to where everyone is. Diggy, who was all the way in storm moving in, actually had a bandage launcher to stay alive and get to this point. Still now, though, no more brick available, half on both wood and metal, just 500 mats to move more than 25 tiles with pressure. No extra shields, too. As soon as that shield gets cracked, the whole server will look over at him. Not sure if this rotation will be possible.
That's really what it comes down to. And he's going for the late rotation. He's also making enemies in the process instead of waiting. And that's exactly what I mean by making enemies. People will hold on to grudges. You expose yourself and just kind of holding off. They can hold you out. And that's exactly what happens. Almost as we predetermine his fate for a second there just by taking those 1-2 shots. But Virox, I believe, is a European player in the running right now. Is doing pretty good. He's found his way up the mountain, really just moving through enemy builds here. And a little tick at the height is going to cost him a couple shots right now. You have Zexro trying to cut across here. Such a tough rotate for anyone to make right now, as whoever got across early is, of course, sitting pretty and putting the pressure down. Zexro doing a good job. That little bit of delay is going to allow him to get behind his opponent there, getting the pressure off him and onto them instead. And look at that. Masterfully done. He's going to make it all the way, basically. Dextro's so underrated. I think people sleep on his performances. He may not be your first place player, but he's always in the talk. He's always in the top 10 or being relevant in some big way, shape, and form.
Absolutely. This is Zextro just been like a classic player all the way around, but also always been on top since the get-go and just been there every single tournament, if not placing, towards the middle of the pack, still performing every single time. A repeat though of what we've seen before. Aqua gonna be on height in the 4th circle, now 5th. Gonna be moving forward, 500 mats left, has an RPG to go with and to boot with as well. 7 rockets left, a tactical shotgun. This might be game 1 all over again.
Cooler Aqua on height right now. What is going on? He's looking really good right here. Take a look at the RPG as well. That is such a strong utility item to have right now. Not only can you drop players with it, but you force them to get off your level. And with that much height and mats, he is looking very good right here. Zextro's finding himself a little cheeky rotate though, moving his way around. That zip play right there with the hook though. Hold up, now we're jumping back to Aqua. It's just going down right now. It's all kinds of fights. Aqua wants this, he needs it right now. He has to get the mat replenished here, Shayo.
Yeah, right now, so many defensive tactics coming in from everyone. Edited pyramids, coning yourself off to block off a shot. Zextro, though, doesn't need to do any of that. And he's all the way up top, down bottom, though. Aqua finally through the trenches finds one big impact on the Crims, who goes down still. In Storm does not have any floppers. He does not have the flexibility. No stretches to make here at all. Zypha, who was ahead of Aqua, now doubling back. Mongraal going to be taken out. The Siphon coming in. Not enough. He gets beamed out from the back while Zextro loses height.
And Elam's means so much more here right now, but it's the harpoon that we see on Zextro. Remember, that harpoon is so silent, especially under all the chaos. The good shot exchange right there is not going to play in the favor of Zextro. He's waiting for the edits right now as he doesn't have a lot of opportunity. Whoever this player is the saving grace, though, keeping him alive and bailing him out of the weird situation. This game was almost over for him. It's Benjyfishy, who was in 9th place when we checked in on the leaderboard, is now on height. But Zextro is not making it easy for any of the competitors in the mid-ground right now. Almost top 10. There's so many players still alive right now. Shayo, there is a huge congestion bubble coming into this last circle.
Yeah, there's 16 players left alive. The flying fish all the way on height, but can he keep his swimming momentum? Drops down, takes a little bit of damage, has 4 more floppers to eat, so he's going to be big chilling. 3 Elams available as well, maximum ammo. Daxor also still alive, the first place individual holding his top spot. Animal goes down in the top 8. Bugha finally showing up. It's anyone's game. Height can still be retaken. 2 different RPGs in play. Benji finds slacks. He's going to might be able to get that Elam. Zextro finally goes down to Verox. EU, 2 players still available out of the 20 that are playing.
I think that's 7 Elams right now. 7 for this player right here. He's in the box. What's going to happen? He's going to get another and nearly dodges the trap, but it was not enough. Sizzlucky's still there. Benji's going to find Verox now. We're in a top 3 situation. He knows where all the enemies are. All he has to do is close out here. Can he get game 4 of the Elite Cup right now? Look at how he moves across the bills there. And it's a 50-50 against EU Wolfiez. This is a battle of the Europe regions right here. And Benji wins the exchange against Wolfiez. Somehow, some way, closes out all the way through.